Test. Yep. Good evening, my excellent friends, one and all. Welcome to another Shiny Ranger stream on a Friday evening. I hope the week has treated you well. So, tonight I am actually not playing a game. I'm doing something a little bit different tonight. This week, this past weekend while I was away in Florida doing some hurricane cleanup, I got something in the mail. Yes, you're on camera. They can see you. I got a 3D printer. I don't know who from. I don't know what's going on, but I got a 3D printer and resin and a whole bunch of stuff to go with it. And I figured one of the first things I want to do is print out some dice. That's what I would like to do first. So the last couple of days, I downloaded Blender. It's a 3D program. And I installed... Sorry, Ken, no adventures, no games, Kent. I'm gonna go through creating some dice because I watched a couple of tutorials and they were really, really interesting, and I thought I would create some dice of my own based on those tutorials. So what I have here, yeah, I see him, he's talking down in the corner there. No worries, thank you. So what I can do actually is, here, let me fire up another Blender session here, and I'll show you what I did earlier this week based on this guy's tutorials. Let's see, let's go up a level, and we'll go into, we'll get a D20. So the method that he uses is cutting things out of the polyhedrons out of the dice, right? And so I followed his tutorial really well, and I like these dice. We I had my wife do some handwriting, her script that she does, and I had her create the numbers from 0 to 9, and then a couple of a dot and a dash, and then I took those numbers and I combined them into all the numbers for a dice. So you can see here we also worked on a little logo for Shiny Ranger, and I've got a little SR and a diamond like my logo. A little bit different, but something cool that we can put on here instead of the 20. But if we look at some of these numbers here as they're arranged on the dice, we can see some of Trish's handwriting in these dice. So this was my first set, and this is what I started out with. Let's open up another one. Let's take a look at the D6. A little bit more straightforward, and you can see the fonts pretty well in here, like this. She's got the 6 with the underscore there. Let's show a let's do a D10. So we get the 8. There's the 6 and a 0. There's the 9. I hope you guys can see those. They look like they're showing up pretty good. So you can see what's gone on here. Well, I decided that I wanted to do something a little bit fancy, and so these all look kind of similar to these kind of dice here that you get from wherever, right? I got some of these. These are Kraken dice that I bought. Oh, that's a good one. This one, however, is kind of what has inspired the design that I want to do. You can see how it's got a raised ridge along all the edges there, and the numbers are raised up out of the faces. And so that's what I've been trying to do with this. So here we have the D12. I'll show you. I have worked on some of these today. We'll go ahead and let's see. Let's do we got the D4. And this is how the D4 looks. And I think it looks really cool, frankly. I'm using a font off of Google, so the idea is it's those fonts that they put out, they say that you can use them for commercial purposes, and perhaps maybe I'll make some dice positives out of these, 3D print some positives, create some molds, and then I could mold these dice and I could sell them. Wouldn't that be cool? That's the D4. Let's look at the D6 real quick. Here's the D6. Kind of looks like a kid's block a little bit, but I really enjoy this one. And then, let's see, we could open up the D8. Now this one was, oh no, it's not this one yet, but this is interesting. And you might be wondering, how did I get these ridges? How did I get these cutouts into these shapes? And I can show you that in just a minute before I get started, but I want to show you the D10. Both of the D10s. So this one has a little bit of a cutout here near the top of each of the points that I really like. It was an accident, but I like it. There's a 9, there's the 6. And then we'll look at the D10. That's the percentile dice. Let's see, 10B. And this one's got like the double zeros. All right. So how did I make these? Let's go to Masters. And I will go to, let's go to the D10 since it's interesting. So what I did is I created these dice based on this guy that I saw on YouTube. Shoot, what's his name? Let me look over here. Nope, not on that one. Cly Faker, Faker. over on his YouTube channel. Don't want it to
What
play.
is...
Here we go. The Thrifter's Guide to Geekery. So yeah, that's what I used. And we're gonna pause that so it doesn't go anywhere. All right. To make these models, and I used his shapes and everything. So I've changed the sizes a little bit, but they're pretty much like shapes, right? So what I did is I took this shape and I inverted it and raised it up, and we'll unhide that. We'll hide this one, and I created a cutout shape, and then I rotated the dice so that this face would be here, and then I did what's known as a Boolean, this Boolean difference modifier, and basically using the cutter, I punched holes, and then I'd rotate the dice, and I'd punch a hole, and rotate the die, and punch a hole, and punched them all out. And so now I have them saved with all of these holes punched in them. I've got now a master set that all of these are punched out. Well, now I can use this master set and stick any numbers I want on the faces. I have to go through and rotate them and add the numbers, but I can use now whatever font I want that is commercially, available and viable. So I'm not copying anyone. I'm not trying to take anybody's. You gonna give me bunny ears on my video?
Yeah.
Nerd. All right, hold on a second. I'm talking a lot, so I won't be infringing on anyone. This is my creativity. This is my work, right? So, all right, we'll close this one up. Don't save. I don't want to say that. Whoops. Let's go to Blender. Now, I also wrote down basically all the angles and everything that he used in his video so that I could reference them, and we'll use that tonight. We'll be working on the D12 right here, and I may have to remember some of this. All right, so Blender. Let's open up. We're going to go to the righteous one. We're going to go open up the D12. All right, so now we need numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to add text. And this text doesn't have to be anything special yet. We'll hold G key down to move this over so we can see it a little bit better. With it highlighted, I'll hit the tab key. No, actually, let's change the font first before we do all this. Let's go down to A. We're going to go to font. And we're going to hit that. And we're going to look for our righteous font. Now if I hit tab and back out, it's now in the correct font. And I'll hit number 1, and I'll hit tab, and that'll take me back out of edit mode. So now I've got 12 of these, so I can just copy this, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I have 12 of them. So that's one. Now I'm going to highlight these over here on the. You got your computer. If you look up there, you can highlight that, and then come out here and hit tab. You'll be editing the one that you've selected in the list. So I'm going to go back, hit 2, tab, 3, 4, 5, 6 dot, 7, 8, 9 dot, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so Now it's kind of hard to see all of this. They're all stacked up on top of each other. I'm going to hold, with that last one selected, I'm going to hover over it, hold G key down to move it. And I'm just going to start moving these out of the way so that I can see them. And this is just so I can kind of see where everything's at. This is not anything like mystical or, or anything like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and just kind of rename everything. So I know what each one is. I, you know, kind of kept everything in order. Now, the tutorial that I watched, the guy had you actually do all of these numbers, 0 through 9, and then 10, 11, 12, yeah, 0 through 9, and then 10 through 20, and then 30, 40, 60 through 00, 90 and 00. And you did all of that as one file and loaded it into a separate Blender session. And so what I may actually do, I might actually do that, because I'm going to need to just do a new file here. I'm going to grab these, just drop them in here. Where are we at? There we are. So maybe what I'll do is I'll prepare all these. I'll go ahead, since I want to do the D20 tonight too. I'll do that too. So we're going to go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I know. So tab 13. We'll just go ahead and rename it while we're at it. Tab 14. Tab 15. 16. What you doing over there, buddy? 18. Oh, okay. I need to fix 17. 19. And then I'm making a 20, but you know what? I probably won't use it. Okay. So 13 is here. I'm gonna move that over here like this. Ha! All right, so now I've moved everything out. It looks like I've got all the numbers correct. Again, I might not use the 20 because I want to use my little logo for that. So now we've got these all as text. We need to convert them into objects that can attach to the dice. And so what the other guy had done is he had you do them all in a file, turn them into SVGs with an SVG maker, and import them then, and then do this next step. I figured, why go through all that when I can just add a text here? So I've got the font already on my computer. You highlight them all, you right click, and you go convert to mesh. Now all of those texts are mesh files, but now you need to give them a little depth. So you hit tab or edit. Okay, it deselected them. I'm going to hit the A key to select them all again. And then while holding the E key down, I'm going to move my mouse up just a little bit. You see that movement there? and then I'm going to left click in there, and I'm going to hit tab. And so now I've got a little bit of depth on all these. They're all at different depths, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. So what I can do is, since I kind of know where they want to be, I'm going to resize them here as my master file. And I probably should have done this before getting started and did all those other dies, but that's okay. In the future, I'll be able to just do this, and for each one of my fonts, I'll do this. So I'm going to hit the N key to bring up my properties. And what I'm going to do is make sure that they're all at 1 meter, and meter is correct. I'm going to scale them to about 10. And the reason I do that is because that's going to be about how it fits on the die face. It's probably going to be smaller or larger than that, depending on the die size and how much area I have. But I like that as a general rule. So I'm going to, on the Z, just maybe just put everybody at the all right. How do we keep that? How do we constrain that? Oh, holding control down works. Nice. Okay. So we'll do about a 10, a 10. We'll give it a 1. We're gonna hold the G key down and hold control. Look at that. All right, so we're just gonna do this for a minute. I really don't care where they end up. A little bit of prep work to get them ready. Bum, bum, bum. Now, I would like to play music when I'm doing kind of stuff like this without, without game stuff going on. But I'm afraid, since I'm doing this to YouTube as well, that things would get taken down. So we just won't do that right now. Well, I should put this one up over here, really. All right. And do 1. Am I boring you, son?
No.
What are you working on? A D6? Oh, what are you using?
Tinkercad.
Tinkercad? Well, that's awesome. I am brand new to Blender, so there's probably people out there just screaming, going, "That's just so slow. Why are you taking forever to do that?" There's probably a script for that. Yeah, probably. But I don't know how to do that. So you get to watch me muddle along. Figure it out, man.
Saying you get to watch him.
A little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Get rid of that camera. We don't need it. I am learning some things, though, by watching these tutorials. It's really cool. And figuring out things on my own. So one thing I did was try to attach these numbers to the faces of the dies. I thought you had to recalculate the center volume after each one. Well, what I didn't realize is that actually was changing my center just ever so slightly. And by the time on my D4, I started off on one corner and I did 4s around the corner, spun it around, did 3s around the point, spun around, do 2s by the point, spun around, did the 1s. By the time I got down to the 1s were actually sinking further into the plane than the 4s, and so they were recessed further into the ground, basically. And did not look good whatsoever. Whoops. I don't know what I just did there. All right. So I should probably save this file, right? We'll just go ahead and save this. We'll call it righteous numbers, because that's the font. Okay. So now I have them mostly prepped. Mostly. We're going to grab these ones. And we're going to come over here to this one and delete those and paste these in here. All right. So this is how I figured out to do things and get things to set up properly. So the die is at the 0, 0 point. So I'm going to change the location of, well, number 1 to 0, 0. And we're going to go about 8. 8 looks good. Oh, one thing I forgot to do, and this is what I'd mentioned previously. We need to change the center of mass. So right now the center point, you can see the little yellow dot here. On the 1 is off to the left where I created it. With the item highlighted, if you right click and set the origin point to the center of mass, you'll see the little orange dot will pop to the center of that. And now I can change that to a 0, 0 and it'll center it up. So I need to do that with all these other ones. Let's see, let's move over here so we can select everything. And it will do it for each individual one. So right here, just in blank space, right click, hit set origin, and you can see all the little dots pop to the center of each one. All right, cool. Let's go back over here to where we were. Now what I want to do is I want to get that one best I can sitting right on that face if I can get it. Now, the depth might have been too far. We'll see. Okay, so I can see that it's a little bit too far at 8.5. It's a little bit too far in. It's a little bit too far recessed. So I'm going to play with that a little bit. Let's try 8.2. Nope, that's the wrong direction. We want to go back up. 8.6. We got a little ways to go. 8.7. That looks good because it's intersecting just enough, and it's not really clearing the plane here. It's almost actually right on the plane of that that edge. So we're going to call that good right there. So there's our number 1, dead center, right in the middle. And I kind of want to use that as my jumping off point for all my other numbers. This is going to look confusing at first, but we'll use some hiding techniques and stuff to get this working. So this is all at 0, 0, 8.7. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit the number 2. 0, 0, 8.7. And that pops it right up here. Now, you'll notice that it's not exactly lined up with the 1. That's due to the nature of the font. The font itself, if you type out all the numbers and look at them on a printed sheet, they're not all in line. That's fine as a font. I don't really want that. So I'm going to line them up a little bit better, moving it along the X and the Y. So in this case, on the Y, I'm going to go, whoops, wrong one. Wrong one highlighted. Let's get that 2 going. 8.2, no, let's try. I And it's a little bit of trial and error and see where it fits. Okay, I like where that's at. Now, as to not confuse me too much, for the moment, I'm going to hide that one. And so it's 8.7. I got to remember that.
I completed a D6.
Nice. You're faster than me.
It's only.
That's really cool.
It's all one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to merge these together too eventually. First, I need to get the numbers in the right spot. So again, that 3 looks a little bit suspicious. So I'm going to shift it down a little bit. And I found with this number 3, I've run into this several times, it feels like it's shifted to the left too much. So I'm going to actually shift it to the right. And it's kind of a judgment call a little bit. Yeah, I'm okay with it there. So we'll hide the 3. All right, come here. I keep talking and keep forgetting that number. 8.7. 8.7. So now we're going to drop the 4 there, and you can see the 4 again, kind of sitting up above things. I'm okay with the distance of it though. Centered. So we're going to hide that one. Center that a little bit better. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's grab the 6. Okay, so the 6 is way off, and that's probably partly due to the dot. We put the dots there so that when we have a 6 or a 9, we can tell which one's which. So that one is going to go like a whole, negative 0.6 even. Okay, so it's down further. I don't care about the dot so much being centered, and I'm going to check, make sure it's not running into that thing. It is running into that a little bit. There's 2 ways I could handle this. I could squish it on the X scale and go like 9.5 and skinny it up. Or I could just bump it that way a little bit. That decenters it. I think what I'll do is just skinny it up. Might even go 9 on that. Yeah, I'm going to skinny it up, and then I'm going to actually drop it that way a little bit to center it a bit more. I like that. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. Negative 0.7. Yeah, that looks better. So there's the 6. Oh. And then let's get the 7. Oh, see, now this one's way down. This one's got to go up that way. Full half. And just kind of eyeball it a little bit. That looks good to me. Again, these don't have to be perfect, but this is my dice, right? This is how I want it to look. This is for me. All right, 8 looks good. Now, all of these numbers are not going to be all on the one face. I just need them centered and at the right plane, and you'll see what I do in just a little while. Now, the 9 has got the similar problem as the 6. Let's skinny it up. Let's no, not that. And it looks, let's go that way. We'll go ahead and go to 0.2. Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. Oh, whoops. That's 8.7. Not. Okay, so now we've got into the double digits, right? And nope, too far. Probably even still too far, but close enough. Now for a second, I'm going to hide the 1. And look at the 10 centered on there. And I am okay with that. Okay, so we'll hide the 10. Okay. I don't know if we can get any more perfect than that. That's awesome. We'll just leave that one there. It makes sense. All right, that definitely needs to come down a bit. Oh, I went too far. It's probably okay. Let me check that. 12. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, that's a good looking 12. So that's all of my numbers. So we'll hide that one too. I don't need these lights. Get out of here. We could show you the cutter for this one. This one, I actually just took another D12, inverted it, shrunk it down on the X and the Y. The Z's still the same, and then just punched it out. But we're not going to need that anymore, so I'm going to actually delete that out of the file, so it's not cluttering this up. Okay, so we're actually going to start with the D12. And so now it gets interesting because we have to have a whole bunch of different angles and rotations and back and forth. What was it called when you put it in there? Icosahedron. That is a D20. All right. So the first one is really easy. You highlight the 12, and then you hold Shift and you highlight this, and you hit Control J for join. Boom, you're done. Except now I think that that should be it. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our D12 coordinates. So we're going to set the face by using 63.43 on X, and then 36 for the next. Okay, 63.43. Wait, where'd my... that is not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to rotate it. So if we're looking at the XY here, like this, we need to rotate it so that this face right here is on the Y, and then we'll tip it up towards us. So I think what we need to do is on the Z, go 36. Yes. So now we can see that face is there. We're going to apply that, Control A. So we're going to apply the rotation. So now this is the new 0. If we go 63.43, it tips it up to us, and that's where we can put the first die. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another Blender, and I'm going to look at my other D12 so I get the numbers right. Dun, 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 dun. Here's font. D12. So we're going to flip this on X by 180. So this first one looks like it's an 8. So over here we'll unhide the 8. We'll make sure that it's attached. Yeah, it looks like it's attached. I'm going to have confidence that everything's attached. So 8 is selected. Shift to select this and Control J to join it. Boom. So now what we'll do is we'll take the rotation back. That puts the 12 there. And if we go to 36 again, oh no, we need to go 72 this time to get that face. Okay. Set that rotation. And then again, it is 63.43. I'm going to have to look at that file several times. 63.43. This says it goes 64210. We'll try to remember that. So we want to unhide the 6. Select the 6. And I found you kind of have to select the number first and then the die to make sure that it stays in the correct thing, that it merges it correctly. Okay. Now we'll go 72, apply. And we just did a 6, so we need a 4, it looks like. We'll unhide the 4. And undo the rotation. Do another one. We're on to a 2 and then a 10. So we're going to unhide the 2. Just a second. That's pretty cool. So they're doing what I kind of want to do eventually. And then we'll go 72 degrees here. Apply the rotation. And then 63.43 again. And then this is the 10. And we'll take the 10, Shift, Control J, boom, and then we'll undo that. And then we'll go 72 one more time, no, 36. To get it back, Control, rotation. So and apply the rotation. So now we're back to where we were. So basically what we did is we turned it and then tipped it up and slapped something down, tipped it back down, turned it, tipped it up, slapped it on there, tipped it back down, rotated, tip up, slap, back. And we did that around the die, okay? Now, a dice, any die, in general, what you want to have happen is that the opposite faces add up to one number higher than the highest number. So in this case, our highest number is a 12. So the opposite is going to be a 1. So both sides will end up adding to 13. So that tells me pretty easily what numbers I'm going to need to do on the opposites. What's up? It is 9:45, and he's been here for 45 minutes. All right, good night, son. Love you. You got to watch me make half of a die. All right. He did make a D6, and he did it faster than I'm making this D12. So we're back oriented. What we need to do is now is flip it over. So we'll flip it on X, flip, like that, 180, flip, and now we're on the opposite side. We're going to apply that rotation, so it's our default location. So if you look down and if you rotate, you see the 12's on the underside. So now what we need to do then is unhide the 1. Select 1, Shift, Control J to join that. Now we're going to rotate it by 36 this time to get that face there. Whoops, we got to highlight it to apply it. And then 63.43, we're going to tip that up, and then I'm going to just look underneath. That's a 10. And I need to make 13, so that means a 3 needs to show up here. And put that back to 0. 72. Apply. 63.43. That's a 2, so we need an 11 there. Oh, there it is. Control J. Undo the tip rotation, spin it around on Z, and apply it. And we're going to tip it up. Look at what's underneath. It's a 4. We need a 9. Untip it. Spin it. Apply. Tip it. What do we got? A 6, so we need 7. That sounds right. Control J. Untip it. Spin it. Bop it. Apply it. Tweak it. And unhide 5 because that's the last one. We'll just double check our math. Oh, look, it's an 8. Perfect. And then unapply it. And then we're going to go 36. Apply. Whoops. Rotation. Boom. All right. There we go. There is a finished D12 with all of our numbers on the right faces. And we're complete there. Yay! Everybody yay, everybody yay. All right. And I have gone through a whole glass of water already. Dang. So we're going to close this one. Save. I thought I'd saved it. Okay. We're going to close this one too. We're not going to save that one. Let's start up another Blender session. We're going to open up. I want to look at the D20 for number location off the original. We're going to do another Blender session. And we're going to open up the Righteous Master D20. All right. Now this one is a little bit chunkier. My numbers are probably going to be smaller on this one because my ridges are chunkier, but that's okay. I think I'm okay with that. So again, I think I want my Shiny Ranger logo on here. I've got these numbers, and I can just drop those in here. Just move them over. Cool. And you can see they're way too big for these numbers, especially the double digits. So we'll probably have to scale them down. I'm looking at some of these. I think they shrink the font a little bit for some of the double digits, but I can't tell. Now for my logo, what did I do for the logo? Let's take a look here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, where are we at here? Oh, maybe we're on E. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's what I did. So we're gonna go ahead and import an SVG file. Where'd it go? There it is. SVG. I'm going to go up a file. Import SVG. Where did it go? Where did that file? I don't know where that file is. Where is this at? Hmm. Oh, there it is. A tiny little thing. Oh, wait, no. I honestly don't know where this is at. Oh, crap. Am I going to have to watch the tutorial again? Okay. Location 00. I'm not seeing it anywhere, so we're gonna get rid of it. Delete, 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 delete. Get rid of the lights because I don't want them. Get rid of the cube and the cutter. I don't need those. I got my D20 and my 19 numbers. All right. Dented, righteous. We're gonna save this for now before I destroy all this work. And we're gonna try importing that SVG again. No, I don't know where that's going. Okay, this is super bizarre. This is super bizarre. That's a light. I want a light. I want these. dimensions are really tiny. Maybe if we scaled it up. There it is. I couldn't figure this out. Holy cow. Okay, we've located it. Yay! So, sorry about all that. I had to do some craziness here just to find it. Well, what we need to do with this is kind of like what we did with the numbers to begin with. We need to take these, convert them to mesh, tab, E to extrude, boink, and tab again. So now these things, if we zoom in on them, excuse me, now that they're not super tiny, should be able to, like, that's wrong. It's just wrong. I think what I need to do is group it. How did I do this before? All right, let's see if we can put it into here. Okay. These things are a meter thick. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to just delete those. We're going to go back the other one. We're going to do it here. See if we can scale it up here. We're having a little bit of an issue with it. I want it to I know what happened. Okay. I need to set the origin and I need to join it all. Now if I do this. There we go. There it goes. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Ah, forgetting things here. Boom. Okay. So it's a little bit different. I don't think the color matters. All right. Yeah, where were we? Whew. So this is going to be 1 meter tall, just like all of these, right? Yeah. We're gonna try and set this 0, 8, oh, 10. Oh, too big or too Don't do that. Too big. Too big, too big, too big. And sitting not down in. So we need to go like 9.5. Sitting down too far. 9. I think that is sitting in there correctly. But again, too big, so let's scale this down to like 10. Alright, let's see here. Sorry, folks, I'm not that great with these controls. I'm getting there. I think 9.8 is still 2. 9.75. Okay, see, that makes me a little bit happier, I think, and it's just below the mesh. Alright, so we're going to do that. That's the straight. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Straight on top-down view. Well, pretty much straight on. All right. Now we need to center this thing. Let's go Y to point. Okay. $9.75. Okay. I did it again. Okay. It does touch the frame there. 10 is too big by far. Let's try 8. 8 still seems a little bit big, but we'll work with it. And that's definitely got to go up that way. If it can. Okay, well. Okay. I think we're okay with that. Eight might be way too big still. Yeah, I think 7's better. Yeah. It's fine. Let's see, let's go that way. Okay. no, we went 7, didn't we? Seven. That's right. Okay. Close enough. It's mine. Oh, 7 might be too big here. Oh no, it's 7's fine here. Oh, I need to go -0.2 though. Yeah, perfect. I'm digging it, digging it. Oof. I may not be able to. Yeah, I can go. It's a little crowded, but it's fine. How are the 1 and the 8 like perfect together? So crazy. I saw that happen on the other one. Big boy 9. Okay, so you need to go up. Nope, not quite. Nope. You still fit in there? Yeah, you fit in there. Now let's bump you over to the right a little bit. Boom, bingo. I like it. Mr. Lodge 10. Okay, so this is what I was afraid of. Even at the smaller 7, the double digits are just going to clip into that thing if we're not careful. So we can scale this. I like the height on them. Okay, we're going to clear it there, and we're going to clear it there. No, that's going to clip into it still. Dang it. Come on. I don't want to do this. No clipping in. No, then I got to move it over. And I'm going to have to drop it just a little bit to stay in there. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. Oh, it is a big boy. I have to go 6 on that one. Over. Eesh, even then. Maybe I gotta drop it down a little bit. I don't want to go down, but no. It clears there. Okay. I don't like dropping it down that far, but I'm kind of stuck at this point. It's going to be just a little ununiform on some of this. Of course, I could go back and shift all of those down. I think it's fine. Everything is fine. Seven. All right, we're gonna move you over 0.2, and you're gonna be negative 0.2. That fix it? No. Have to skinny it up just a little bit more. All right. It's getting squishy in here. No, that's gonna have to be a 5.5 in there. I'm just gonna have to go by. Nope. 0.2. Get back that way. See, now the 5 wants to clip out. Fine. Non gosto. Yes, io non gosto. Yeah. Whoa. All of this work, and I haven't even placed the numbers yet. I'm just getting them in the right arrangement. Well, that's a thick one. That like end up almost perfect. It did. Almost. I go negative 0.1. Almost touching, that's almost touching. Well, it clears, so we're gonna call it good. I could see now how having these ridges really constricts what you can do with some of these numbers. But that's okay. Oof. If I wanted to, I could just have them clip in at the bottom. It's fine, but I don't want it to do that. We'll skinny it up just a little. 5.9. Move it in 0.32. All right, that's fine there. All right, last one. Yeah, way too much that way. So let's go 5.8 on that. 3 there. Negative 0.1 there. Just trying to get it away from the edges as much as I can. Without just totally wrecking things. Okay, cool. All right, where are we at? Almost done for the night. And I'm out of water. Hold on just a second, folks. All right, I am back. Now, I know this hasn't been my regular stream, but you know, kind of done with Subnautica for a while until they release, I think. I don't want to overkill it. I'd like to be able to come back to it. I don't really have any other games in the pipeline that I wanted to play on stream. I don't play Hearthstone on stream because I get too grumpy. I'm not chill enough. Yeah, so there you go. All right, so we're going to hide the 1. We're going to start off with the 20, I believe. And we're going to save this file before we do anything else. So we're going to take that, join them. Well, I did not expect it to do that. Cool. All right, let's take a look at the angles. So D20s, it's a 41.81 and a 60 or 120. So let's rotate by 60. Yep. Set that face. And then 41.81. 41.81. No. 0.81. Yes. Okay, we can double check by looking at it there. The first one, according to it, is 2014 is the first face right here. And I'm going to double check that on one of my own D20s. Yes. So we're going to do 14 first. And then we'll join that. Now, I did expect that to happen. Now, what it says, I think we want to do the 6 and the 4 next. Is that right? 6 and the 4. So we need to set this rotation. And then now we need to rotate by 60. Yes. Set, and then 41.81 again. And that's going to be a 6. Then we're going to undo that rotation. And then we're going to rotate by 120. No. Negative 60. No. We're up here. What happens if we rotate 60? No. All right, where is it? So we want to get the, so the 6 is down. We want to rotate it. Negative 60. Negative 120. There, negative 120. Okay. Because from the 14, we're going to get the 4, I believe. Yes, this is 6, 4. So set that rotation. And then it's 41.81. 41.81. And that is a 4. So we're going to undo that. And join those puppies together. So we're going to go back to the 14. 60. And then Control A. We're going to set that rotation. And then we're going to go to this one here. So that's this one. Set. Nope, 41.81. And then that one is going to be an 8, I believe. 8 tenths. Okay, yeah, so that's an 8. And then we're going to go 60. Set. 21.81. And that is 10. I believe. Yes, that is a 10. Join those and then let it fall back. And then we're going to go negative 120. And then 41.81. And then that is 16. Yes, that is a 16. All right, and then we'll let that fall back. We'll do 60. And then negative 41.81 to pull that back. Apply. And then we'll do another 120 to get this one. Apply. 41.81 to pull that one up. And then I believe that is a 2. Yep, 218.12. So we need to do the 2 next. So make sure we apply the rotation because we're about to go 60. Apply. And then 41.81, pull that up. 2 gets an 18. Yep. Let it fall back. Negative 120. Apply. 41.81. And that's a 12. Yes. All right. Let that fall back. Let's see here. We'll go negative 120. Apply. And negative 41.81. Nope. 41.81. Nope. I don't know where we're at. We're at a 2 here. Okay. There it is. I guess it didn't think I'd applied the rotation or something. Let's see. Let's go to there it is. Okay, so we're back to the original. Now we flip on X. 180. Do a 180 on X. That should flip it over. And we'll double check that, yep, that's on the bottom. So now this one gets the number 1. J. Join. Now we're going to rotate on 60 here, apply it. 41.81, tip that one up, apply it, so we're stay the sane sanity. I believe that is a 19 that we need to check. Yep. All right, and then need to rotate 60. Apply. 41.81. Opposite of 12, so opposite of 12. 9. Yeah, fall back. Negative 120. Apply. 41.81. Opposite of 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's a 3. Check if that's a 3. Join. Join that. Draw back. No. Yes. Okay. Rotate 120. Y. Now down from the 1, it looks like it's a 13, but double check. Opposite of 8 is 13. Join. And then we need to rotate 60. Apply. 41. Looks like it's a 5. Let's double check. So 16 plus 5 is 21. Let it fall back. We'll go 120. Apply. 1.81. I think that's 11. Yep, opposite is 10, so that's an 11. Fall back. So we're back to here. We need to rotate 16. Yes, apply. Negative 41.81. Apply. Now let's get the last rotation of 120. Apply. 1.81. So the last one, I believe that's a 7. So should we hatch 14? Yep. Oop. All right, we'll fall back. And then, oh wait, no. That's right. Leave that there. We got to apply that one. Now we rotate by 60. Apply. And then 41.81. Pull that one up. Wait. Hold up. I think that was wrong. Let's go back. Okay. Okay. I did something wrong. 14. I need a 7, not a 17. What am I thinking? Oh, you almost saw me screw that one up. Okay. Join. Okay. All right, let's go 60. Apply. 41. Now what's on the bottom of this one? 4. Now that's a 17. Ooh. Okay, fall back. Okay, 120. Apply. And 1 point. Should be 15. Let's see. Plus 6. That's 21. Boom. All right, we are just about done here. I'm gonna reset the die here. So that needs to go maybe 60. No. 60. Yes. Apply. Negative 41.81. Apply. Rotate it 60. Apply. And then we will flip it on X again. And apply. Okay. Cool. I know it's a different color because of that SR logo, but we went a little bit over because it messed up a little bit. We now have a D20 with indentations and raised numbers on it. I am extremely happy with this result. I believe that takes me to all of my Ds. Next step is to lay them out in Chitubox, the slicing software that my 3D printer recommends, and get them ready for a 3D print, and then I will try to figure out how to 3D print these things. It's going to be amazing. If I do a good enough job, I could probably then take the next step of turning them into positives, making molds out of them, and then casting dice as many as I want out of those molds until I have to make new molds. But I have the masters. I created them. This is awesome. Anyway, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks for hanging out on this non-traditional stream. I know it wasn't too exciting, no gameplay, but I'll tell you what, it was exciting for me. And if you stuck around and watched this video, thanks for watching me create some dice. This is not a YouTube-friendly tutorial like the one that I used to learn how to do this. I know that, but it was cathartic and it was fun to just kind of hang out and do this. So if you watch this later and watch the whole thing, you get the step-by-step. Anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all be excellent to each other. Party on and have a good night. Talk to you later.